So many of you, you may or may not know the history behind what Salesforce Lightning Experience actually is. Salesforce Lightning Experience is simply an alternative way of using the Salesforce interface to give you a different experience than you may have had if you used the classic interface. So I think most of the folks on the sales team have been using Salesforce Lightning for quite some time, but we want to just give you some additional tips and tricks. And then we want to show you also some of the items that we've made adjustments to in order to make your life as a salesperson easier. So what we're going to go through today are the following objectives. So here we go. I have signed in as Jackie. So welcome to the new changes in Salesforce, Jackie Roper. The Lightning experience in Salesforce was really just a redesign by the Salesforce product team to enhance your daily interactions with the features in Salesforce that you use most in your role as a salesperson. So it's taken a while, but here at Amplify as a company, we're moving closer to configuring this Lightning experience so that we can take advantage of what Salesforce built. We're going to continue in the coming weeks, months to make more changes. We're going to publish tips, updates, et cetera, along the way. So this isn't all you're going to get from us. We're going to definitely keep talking to you and keep giving you the tips and tricks that you need to make the best of Lightning. So some of the best features that they've put into Lightning, into Salesforce by developing Lightning, I should say, they sit right in front of you when you first log in. And that's the point. We don't want you to have to really navigate around to find the things that you need. We want you to have the things you need at your fingertips when you first log in. So the first thing we want you to be sure that you're doing when you're in Lightning is using the correct app. So you see all of the correct features and functions that have been developed for you as a salesperson. So you should see in the top left corner when you sign in, and this is today, this is not anything new, you should always be seeing Sales Lightning, unless you're doing something very special that you've received special training on. This is your day-to-day launching pad. And if you don't see Lightning there, you click on your little 9 dots, that's your app switcher, and you switch over to Sales Lightning. If you're in the one that says Simply Sales, that one's not optimized and enhanced for use in Lightning. And as a matter of fact, will be going away as we make the move completely to Lightning and we don't have folks using any items that are holdovers from Classic. I want to show you now how you can customize your navigation items. If you're in the Sales Lightning app, this is our navigation bar across the top, and every one of these little items, you can customize what these look like for you. So as Jackie right now, I am making the assumption that these are the items that she cares about most, looking at accounts, opportunities, campaigns, leads, reports, dashboards. And if I go over here to this little triangle, I can see more: chatter, calendar, news, forecasts, and quotes. But what if Jackie says, I really want my calendar to be right up there after my opportunities tab. I don't want to have to click the more to get to my calendar. So we can hit this little pencil. And what you see are your 17 navigation items, which you can take up to 50, but oh my goodness. And we can rearrange them by saying, you know what, I want my calendar to be here, and say we want our calendar to be right up here after opportunities. And then we save that, and there it is. So this is, the nav bar was updated just for Jackie. So you guys can play with that, make sure that, put things together there to your heart's content. You can also add other items.
Shannon, it's Michelle again. I was going to interrupt. For the people on the call, do you think this reorganizing the tabs or adjusting the tabs will be a feature you'll use?
Yes, that was a question I had written down before you started because I could never figure that out.
Yay.
Thank you.
And you saw I had to play with it a little bit.
That's okay. You showed us where it is.
Yeah. So another thing that I want you to look at is that each of the tabs across your nav bar has a drop down that's going to make it really easy for you to get to items that you use the most. So we'll start by dropping down on the opportunities tab, and let's see what's available here. So this is probably a place that you're going to live a lot, is dropping down into this opportunities tab. This is a very quick way to get to your recently visited opportunities records. And if you need to create a new opportunity, you can do that directly from the opportunities tab here. At the bottom of your drop down, when you open the opportunities tab, if you're on an opportunity record, you see this plus sign, and it says open this op in a new tab. So I'm going to hit that, and did you see what happened? It jumped right up here, and it's in italics now. It's temporarily pinned into my nav bar. So if I want to run around and go, oh, I need to go back and look at my calendar. Oh, I need to look at some reports. I need to go look at some other accounts. But, oh, wait, I was working on this. It's there.
I love that.
Yay, yay.
How long is it temporary? Is it until we log off and log back on?
Yep, it's until you close it, you have an X, or you log out and log back in. So you can,
and can you tab like more than one?
Yes, you can, until you just run out of space.
Sweet.
So.
Okay, aren't you guys already excited? This relaunch is just, she hasn't even gotten to all the good stuff yet.
I'm learning so much, and I've been using Lightning since we've had access, but I had no idea about all these features. And oh my gosh, it's so nice.
All right, so let's say that we want to create a new opportunity in SalesForce. So we've learned how we use the drop down. Let's open up our new opportunity. We have 6 fields right now that are required when you create a new opportunity. And if you're creating from right here, one of those 6 is filling in the account. But if you created it directly from your account record, which some of you may do, that account would already be populated for you and you wouldn't have to search for it. So I filled in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right there. There are 2 more fields that are required that I have to scroll just a little bit for, and that is schools that are participating and the grade levels that we think are going to be part of this opportunity. So that's a sales management decision that they want these 6 fields up front. So once we've created these first 6 fields, you're going to be working your opportunity. You're going to be moving it through the stages as you work that opportunity. You've got updates to those fields that need to be made. You've got other fields that you're going to update throughout the cycle of working with your opportunity. We know there's over 70 fields on these opportunity records. We're cleaning house. We're trying to make sure that the right people see the right fields. We don't want to hide anything from you, but we only want to hide we do want to hide things that are confusing or not needed and make your life easier. But we want you to have access to all the data. We also want to make it easy for you to update your opportunity records. So we have introduced what we call guided path through the stages. We're going to prompt you with up to 5 key fields at each of the stages and some guidance to help you quickly update your opportunities. Another thing that you're going to see as I show you this is that new and pilot opportunities are now separate records from the renewal opportunities. So you're not going to see renewal stages in your new and pilot ops, and the renewal people are not going to see new and pilot stages in their opportunities. So the list has gotten a lot shorter. Also, sales leadership has made the decision to remove awarded as a stage on update all the probabilities. So you're going to see that as well as I move through. So let's just take a look at that live. So for example, we've put this opportunity in the discovery stage. We have identified 4 key fields in discovery that you would need quick access to. And we've given you sort of a definition of what discovery means as a stage right here. So while I'm in discovery, if I decide, ooh, when I created the op, I thought the close date was going to be July 31st, but actually it's looking like it's going to be end of August. So, and I just found out they're going to do second grade and first grade. And my next step here is going to be called the principal next week. I'm just making things up. So I can save that, and I've updated those fields on my opportunity now. So now I've updated those fields on my opportunity without having to scroll all the way through the record. And let's say now, okay, discovery is done. We're ready to move on to positioning. I'm marking the stage as complete there. This bumps you into positioning, and we've identified 2 fields that you might love to have in positioning. Maybe you need to update them, maybe you don't, but at least you have them right in your face and you can say, oh, yep, the close date still looks like it's right, and this is my next step. Or my next step is going to visit the district. And let's get through positioning. Oh, wow, we're in presentation. I'm going to mark positioning complete. Now we're in presentation. In presentation, we've got some guidance here to let us, to remind us if we had any placeholder items, we need to remove those. Now I've got to be sure, if I haven't already, that I've actually marked the product of interest here. I've made double check again, are these the participating schools anticipated, grade levels, close date, what is my next steps? You can pop in here and update your next steps anytime. Anytime. It's always going to be right here pinned in this area. Let's say we're done with this. We're going to mark this stage as complete. No need for piloting maybe for this. We're going to go ahead and mark that stage as complete, and we're popping all the way to committed. Special treat.
That was adorable.
Wasn't it?
Ooh.
It's the little things.
I need you to say ooh and ah. Congratulations, committed. Once you get to committed, then there are a few things that you want to just double check. Does this op have a multi-year materials subscription, multi-year license subscriptions? Because we know that ops sit and committed for a little while we're waiting on the POs, these are important pieces of information that our order fulfillment team, as well as licensing team and implementation team, like us to put in. So this is just kind of a final double check. If you look over on the review area and your guidance for success, we've also mentioned a few more fields that you might want to pay attention to. We can only pin 5 here at the top, but there are 4 more fields that we know could need some information. So we've kind of given you a reminder over here. If the customer has a special training request, which means do they have any additional PD dates? If they have a requested training date for their initial PD, we want you to hop down and fill that in. If there are any additional kit order notes that need to be pushed into implementation or ops team, and if for some crazy reason you need to change the value of sending customers email notifications, this is already pre-populated from whatever is on the account, but it's just a quick reminder, you might want to jump down and double check that.
You know, this is Michelle. I'm just going to jump in. So this is the thing that I am so excited about. I also think it's the thing that could accidentally be misinterpreted. So to be super clear, what we did is we took the opportunity that had over 70 fields, some of which reps never even needed to touch, or they're there for somebody else. And instead of saying, search this 70 fields and update it, what we did is we worked with sales management to make sure that at certain stages, what are the fields of the op you need to complete tied to that stage, and we pulled them to the top. So you still always have the old way of doing things, which is just to scroll down and you can see the whole entire 70+ field op like you always have. And if you prefer to go enter things like that, you can. But for the sales reps that are crunched for time, they're working a ton of accounts, a ton of opportunities, this is just simply like you're in that stage. These are the 5 things we need you to do now. like bare minimum, get these 5 things done. So it's just hoping to make your lives more simplified, so you're not accidentally forgetting to do a checkbox during committed because it was lost in the 70 fields.
Everything that I've seen so far, it's just going to be a huge help.
At the bottom of your drop down, when you open the opportunities tab, if you're on an opportunity record, you see this plus sign and it says open this op in a new tab. So I'm going to hit that, and did you see what happened? It jumped right up here and it's in italics now. It's temporarily pinned into my nav bar. So if I want to run around and go, oh, I need to go back and look at my calendar, oh, I need to look at some reports, I need to go look at some other accounts, but oh, wait, I was working on this. It's there.
I love that.
Yay, yay.
How long is it temporary? Is it until we log off and log back on?
Yep, it's until you close it, you have an X, or you log out and log back in. Now I want to just do a couple of last things to talk to you about tasks and about contacts on your opportunities. So I know that you guys are used to adding contacts, customer contacts to your opportunities. And I know that you are used to marking one of those as a primary, but I just want to just quickly run through an improvement that we've made. So if you are in Lightning, your contacts on your opportunities are found over here on the right. We've reorganized this list to try to put the stuff that you really need closer to the top. You are able to add contact roles to an opportunity by just searching for a contact and throwing them into the opportunity like that. But what we have also changed is we've shortened by half this list of who is this person related to this opportunity? Why are they important? I save that. I can add more contacts to this opportunity if I would like to, but what I absolutely need to do is decide somebody needs to be the primary though. So to be the primary, I have to edit the row and give them the checkbox. So that is my primary contact. I might have 6 different contacts. I might have a training person. I might have, like I said, I might have a decision maker, but one person needs to be marked as the primary because we do have, I'm going to tell you this, we do have communications that key off of that person being the primary contact. One of those being sending them to the renewals opportunity when that's appropriate to be the renewals contact. So on an opportunity, you are able to hop in and let's say you're calling the principal and we want to actually log what happened while we were on the phone with the principal. And we're saying we're talking to the principal about whatever, blah, 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 right? And who is that person we were talking to? That was Shanna. And so while we're on the phone, we're like, oh, you know what? The principal says I should call the curriculum director next week. So I'm going to give myself a task right quick. And then I'm going to give myself a due date for that task next week. Signing it to myself. Oh, who is that curriculum director? Again, I'm just picking the first person. So I've got this task as I'm talking and I'm going to continue talking. I can just hop back and forth there if I want to. Finish logging my call. I can finish saving my task. So I'm working directly on the side here. Well, at the same time, as I was talking, I was able to scroll through the opportunity if I wanted to, because I thought, oh, I need to talk to him about this, that, and the other. I need to remember to do this, ask him these questions. And now I have actually an activities history and a task list related to this opportunity. At the same time, I could also say, you know what, I need to send somebody an email. I can pick it. I can pick who I want to send that to from right here. It's going to go directly to the contact record from Salesforce. I can give it my subject, type in my email, add attachments. I can actually use templates that I have access to in Salesforce. If I have access to some templates, put some templates.
Yeah, I was just going to weigh in there. Like, I'd encourage, I know a lot of you guys have some Gmail templates, but getting them loaded in here is great because it now logs all of your emails as opposed to when you send things directly towards Gmail. Because as you know, people move to different territories. We get new hires. So the more we can log in Salesforce, the better. Plus now your EPMs can see what you've emailed.
There's a couple more changes that I want you to actually see. But when you move an opportunity into closed lost, there are a couple of new steps in order to collect data for account planning, marketing, product development, and that is around what happens if we lose to a competitor. So if I go into this opportunity and I say I want to close it, I have to actually select the closed stage, which is what did we close, won or lost, and why. If you lose to a competitor, we have created a list of the folks that we potentially might lose to, and related to each of those competitors, a list of products. So right before you move something into closed lost, if it's a competitor issue, then you want to fill in these two fields. It is required that these two fields are filled in if you're going to move your stage to closed lost, unless if you really don't know who you lost to, it is acceptable temporarily to check this override box and say, no one told me, I have no idea. There will be some reports that will be set up for sales leadership around closed loss opportunities that have unknown competitors, and you will be bothered and bugged.
I have a question about that. Is it changed where? So this is my issue when I go to competitor. All the updates are not listed as either the competitor, the name of the program, the company, right, whatever the case.
Yes, that's a really good point, Jackie. And that's why we've made the change to actually put those here rather than in the drop down.
Right.
Because now we have a better process with the product, marketing, and sales teams to keep an actual source of truth database on the back end of Salesforce, rather than just trying to manage the values that are in drop-down menus instead.
That's good. And sometimes I know the name of the company. I may not know the name of their program. So that will help you.
All right. So to finish up, we've talked about doing lots of things from opportunities. We started out by talking about your nav bar and the items at the top, but we never really got down into your actual homepage. But what you're going to be able to take advantage of now is the ability, which you probably have already seen, to see all of your tasks directly from your homepage. You see me toggle, you're going to get presented with the things that are due today. You're going to be presented with my tasks, or all overdue tasks if you want to see it that way. You can pop into contacts, you can pop into opportunities directly from your task. If you've related it to the opportunity, you can mark the task complete right here. So this is a good place to use as a launching pad. The assistant is also going to tell you, hey, this opportunity you have not done anything with in 30 days. You maybe should look at that today. You can also jump into any of your 5 most recent records. And we've got a generic salesperson dashboard that shows up for you, which will also be evolving over time.
Thanks, Shanna, for all of this awesome information. If you guys have more questions, here's 2 ways you can get help. Basically, use your sales support if it's account specific, or use one of these emails for suggestions or questions. And lastly, here are some office half hours where you can tune in and ask any of your questions.